Good morning, fashionistas. I'm David Gerard and this is Pivot to AI. Today, AI is totally taking over the fashion industry. Or, the bits that want working conditions. The dream of anyone who works with fussy humans is not to work with the fussy humans. This is the greatest promise that AI makes to the creative industries. At the least, it might shut up the creatives from whinging. The bosses can hardly resist the siren call of AI. That customers loathe AI output, that hardly matters. Swedish clothing retailer H&M ran a publicity campaign a few weeks ago. They scored quite a lot of press coverage from the extremely gullible, telling the world H&M was going to use AI models going forward. H&M would create over 30 digital twins just this year. The implications will astound you. So what did H&M do? They say they took multiple photos of a model to capture both their looks and their movement patterns. This was apparently enough to let them create a synthetic image of a human, of that human. And they did this well enough to generate professionally usable imagery for advertising campaigns for particular clothing items. H&M is making some big promises with this pitch, but is any of this real? It's certainly not plausible. Think for one moment about what they're saying they can do here. Fashion images, or any advertisement for a particular object, have to be accurate to the object. I cannot overstate how important accuracy is. The clothes, the belt, the watch, they have to be represented with perfect accuracy. You cannot use just whatever the diffusion model thinks is a bit like the object today. Zips, buttons, logos, writing must be correct. Almost is not good enough. H&M says the image on the right is AI, and somehow the AI didn't mess up the clothes in the slightest. One of those things that AI image generators do. I find this hard to believe. You could generate AI pictures and spend a tremendous amount of time fixing up the fine details in post-production. Or you could just do a photo shoot of the actual item with competent models and stylists and photographers and save a lot of time and money. You're paying to advertise a particular object. You're not paying to advertise the model. You cannot risk AI messing up the object. The advertising companies have been testing AI images since AI image generators came out. And this, messing up the object the ad is for, is the precise hurdle that generative AI for advertising keeps falling at. You cannot get reliable output from AI image generators. So how good are H&M's generated pictures? This particular AI publicity push started at the magazine Business of Fashion. They know all about fashion and nothing about AI. They looked at H&M's photos and they could hardly tell the real photos and AI photos apart. How did they know these were AI images? H&M told them. Where do they get these photos? H&M. It was a rigged demo. The accurate clothing is a dead giveaway. I strongly suspect H&M took photos of the models and then applied a very light bit of AI to the best of these photos to put in some AI tells. What Business of Fashion really needed was a game of bad Photoshop or AI. While I am, of course, not going to name or accuse any particular person or organisation, there are absolutely a ton of just straight-up lies pitching AI-generated fashion images. They know what to put into a pitch, and that it doesn't exist does not matter. They will claim they're working with a brand on a campaign and talk to people who are actually working with the brand on that campaign. They'll claim AI-generated models with AI-generated clothes that are really obviously retouched human models with the clothes composited on by a team in India. AGI is a guy instead. The press were completely gullible for H&M's campaign. They didn't spend a moment just thinking whether the claims were even plausible. This particular PR nonsense campaign from H&M netted the BBC, The Guardian and the New York Times. The media coverage goes on at length about the social implications of replacing models with AI. These would be huge if any of this existed. The media never touches on the social implications of companies repeatedly making these trivially bogus claims, and of what the companies are trying to do here. H&M's valuable final product with this campaign is the controversy. People will be divided, says the creative director, Jürgen Andersen. H&M wants people talking about all of this like it isn't all just fake. H&M wants the controversy because if people take the false claim of AI models seriously, if this existed, then H&M would have the whip hand already. So they push this campaign to make it look like they have a magic box that will keep the workers down, even though the magic box cannot possibly exist. H&M's goal is to put the models and stylists in their place and stop them making demands for money and working conditions, or they'll be replaced by a machine. But the machine doesn't exist. It obviously can't exist, and none of H&M's claims make any sense if you bother putting the slightest bit of thought into them. So expect to see another story about digital models in 3 or 4 months. Thanks for tuning in to Pivot to AI. Please hit like and subscribe and tell everyone you know about this video. If you want some quality AI fashion, I've got the Pivot t-shirt store freshly up on Redbubble. Look at these AI-generated models. That's linked in the show notes along with the Patreon link. So thank you all, and bye for now.